OpenAI released ChatGPT for Excel right after GPT 5.4 came out, which is supposed to be the model that's better made for work and Excel and PowerPoint and doing things in a work setting. So today I'm going to test it against Claude to see which one has the better Excel plugin. So before we start, I got a little background of why you would want to use that versus just your regular chat. So in your normal chat interface with Claude or with ChatGPT, you can obviously do analysis with Excel, but this gets pretty clunky pretty fast. It will show you the output on the right side of the screen and the artifacts, but you have to download the file to actually do anything with it. So the advantage of using the Excel plugin for either ChatGPT or Claude is that you can actually have the models working along with you directly inside the file. So that's what we're going to test out today. So let's dive into it. We are going to start with a landscaping company. We have a bunch of different files for that company, but we have an income statement, we have messy job data, and then we have an accounts receivable report. So we'll run each model through each of those and declare a winner on which model does best. Okay, so we're going to run through 4 tests. The first is going to be a profit and loss statement. So I have 2 years of data for a landscape company, and this landscape company is based in the Northeast, so there's a lot of seasonality with the summer mowing and the plowing in the winter. So we have monthly data going for 2 years. We have subtotals in the middle, which are just hard coded for 2024 and 2025. And then, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have both do an analysis using the plugin. So this one will use Claude and the other will use ChatGPT. Okay, so I ran these ahead of time, and with the Claude chat, you can't see the prior history. So just know that if you're coming back to a file, you can't reference the prior chats. You can turn on log as an option in the settings, but that doesn't give you like a chat history. But that's just something to watch out for. Okay, but for the income statement analysis, what I did was I said, analyze this P&L, compare 24 to 25. What should I be worried about and what opportunities am I missing? So I sent that to both. Both worked for, let's see if this gives a total here, time spent. Yeah, so ChatGPT finished first. It ran for almost 5 minutes. And initially I was happy with the ChatGPT output. Claude ran for probably about 10 minutes. But the big difference between Claude and ChatGPT on the first round was that ChatGPT actually put the analysis into Excel versus Claude just gave me an analysis just within the chat window. But you can see in the ChatGPT, it also gave a summary of the analysis. But then what it did was it actually put the summary metrics table in the data sheet, which was okay, but I think in real practice, I'd like to keep the data separate from the analysis. So I had followed up and asked for it to move the analysis to a separate analysis tab and a second prompt. But I did like this. It used formulas, and so that at a quick glance, that worked for me. And then let's go see what Claude did. Okay, and then Claude just gave me an analysis in the chat. So then I had to ask it, okay, put the analysis into a separate sheet. So then it did the separate sheet, which was good. The formatting and the table itself, you can see side by side to what ChatGPT had. Yeah, so formatting wise and looks wise, it looked like Claude had put more effort into color coding, but then some of the color coding didn't initially make sense. So there were positive and negatives were both coded red. So I had to have it fix that. But the biggest thing, and it's fixed now because I answered it in the chat, the biggest issue with Claude's output on the first go was that it hard-coded all the numbers in the entire analysis, which is a big red flag. There's no way you can audit that, and there's no way you can trust the data. So I had to send a third prompt to make sure that everything was linked. And then interestingly, it did some really weird choices on what it was linking to, so it wasn't consistent. So I'd also give that a mark against the grade for Claude. So if you can see the 2024 numbers I had mentioned earlier, but the data sheet had subtotals after the months for 2024 and 2025. So column N is a subtotal for 2024, and it got that was great. But then for 2025, the subtotal column is A, but instead it just took a sum of the individual months, which is fine if you want to do it that way, but then you should also do that the same on the cell next to it. So this one pulled the subtotal, this one did a sum. So that inconsistency is really bad for auditing and checking out to see if workbooks are working correctly. So I would give that a worse grade in terms of that. Okay, and then at that point, I had also asked ChatGPT to split the analysis into its own tab. So it did that, and we can see just the side by side. So like I said, a lot less effort with the coloring and the formatting. But overall, both analysis tables did tell the same story. They both had kind of drivers and key findings, which is what I was hoping they would find. Both found that there was huge seasonality in the snow removal, and that was in the data, so I'm glad it picked that up. And here you can see Claude came up with a list of key concerns and opportunities, as well as it provided a path to break even. So this business was losing money over the last 2 years, so Claude had pointed that out. I do believe that ChatGPT had pointed out that it was two losing years in a row, but it looked like Claude had a better action plan. So if I were to grade this, and because they're going against each other here, the formatting was nice, and it pops a little bit more to your eye with Claude. But the issues with the first coming back hard coded, and you can prompt around that. So the next time I were to do this, I'm just going to say make sure you use formulas and no hard coding. But just on its first pass, I think visually and I think the analysis was better with Claude, but the actual usability and the ability to use this at work and rely on the formulas, I think I'm going to give this round with the profit and loss analysis to ChatGPT. So if I were to rate this out of 10, I would say ChatGPT was a 7.5 and Claude was a 7. So we'll tally these all up and give a score at the end. Okay, so let's move to the next test. Okay, so for the second test, I wanted to see how I could do with cleaning up messy data. So I have a worksheet here that has 750 jobs. Like I said, this is a landscaping company, so it has information about jobs, kind of like a job tracker, but it has the date. Each column has a lot of issues, but so the date is in all different date formats. For the customer, we had some inconsistencies there. We had some like Mike Sullivan and then M Sullivan. So I wanted to see if they could pick up on that. For the service types, this is a list of way too many. So if we were to filter, this would be almost 50 service types. But I'm hoping that ChatGPT and Claude can pick up on this and combine them into recommended smaller list of categories. And then same thing with the crew lead. We have D Kim, Danny Kims, and Mike Riley are. So I want to see if it can accurately know that's the same crew. And then same inconsistencies here with the hours, but we have half day written out. We have numbered hours. We have 4 with HRS. Amounts are looking pretty good, but sometimes they have dollar signs, sometimes they don't. Paid is a bunch of different random statuses. And then we have notes. So let's see the prompt that I gave it. And then we'll say, so ChatGPT, you can go back and see your history. So just click the 3 dots. We can pull up the chat history that I ran here. So I gave both the same prompt, but this is my job log from 2025, clean it up, standardize the dates, the services, crew names, and payment statuses, flag any duplicates, output a clean version. So that's the other thing. I included a bunch of duplicate rows here, so I wanted to see if it could accurately pick up on that. Okay, ChatGPT took about 5 minutes. Claude just took a little bit longer. And then so to start, both did a great job. So they each created separate tabs for the actual analysis, leaving the initial data alone, which I really like. Both accurately formatted the dates. ChatGPT just took a different approach in terms of the format, but both accurately did the dates. And then both identified that there were a bunch of different names for the same person for the crew leads. So I think the Mike person had about 4 different variations of his name. So interestingly, both picked up on that. And Claude in the chat said that it found that there were 4 instances of Mike and however many instances of Carlos, and it said that it standardized it. But then when it actually came to the cleaned logged sheet, it didn't actually standardize it. It had all the same data from the data sheet. So that was interesting. But ChatGPT did accurately consolidate the list of similar crew leads. So that was what I was hoping for. And so ChatGPT got that. Claude pointed it out, but didn't actually implement it. Okay, and then so we started with a list of about 30 service names. So I was hoping that both tools could consolidate this into a list of about 5 or 6 because this is just there's way too many service names to be able to do like serious reporting on. So I think ChatGPT came up with 21 as a consolidation versus Claude came up with 20 out of about 30. So I think both could have done a better job consolidating some of those. All right, and then I had a running list of 28 duplicates in each of these. So both I had identified duplicates. So what ChatGPT did was that it rolled up the duplicate onto one row on the clean list here. So this row had 2 rows on the data tab. So it has a duplicate flag column of yes, and it has a duplicate count of 2. And then it shows the source rows. So that's helpful, but I liked Claude's approach better. Okay, so what Claude did instead was that it included both of the original rows on the clean log. And what I think why I think that's better is because if I want to actually clean this out, it's much easier for me just to remove and filter out the duplicates. So in terms of like practically using this, I give the edge to Claude on that one. Okay, both did a pretty good job of cleaning up the data, but I'm going to give the edge again to ChatGPT. I'll give that a 7 out of 10, and I'll give Claude a 6 out of 10. The issue that Claude had was pointing out that the crew leads had similar names and were consolidated, but then when it actually came to looking at the sheet and doing my review, it didn't actually do any of the consolidation. So since ChatGPT did actually carry that out, I'm going to give the edge on this one to ChatGPT. So let's go to the next one. Okay, so for this one, I did have the chat history here for Claude, so we can see it. I'm not just making this up. This actually happened. But I had, we're back on the income statement, profit and loss data workbook. And what I'm going to have it do is based on the trends in this data, build me out a 6-month cash flow. So I want to try to see how it is in building models. I've tested this a lot at work. Claude is awesome with Excel modeling. I'm sure ChatGPT is right there too. So let's check this out with a 6-month cash flow projection. All right, so this one took ChatGPT just a little bit longer this time, but it took it 8 minutes. So let's see what the results came back with. Okay, so again, ChatGPT didn't default to do a new tab, so it squeezed it onto the analysis that we had done earlier, just over off to the right. I think I would prefer to have this on its own tab. I'll just note that. Okay, and then let's take a look at what Claude put together. So Claude put it on its own cash flow projection tab, which is great. And then this time, both ChatGPT and Claude defaulted to using no hard coding and linked all the formulas were referencing the data sheet. So that's great and a big improvement from the first test. Okay, and then they both took separate approaches and to see how they're going to actually extrapolate the data to do the projection. And so Claude basically just took what the growth rate was between 2024 and 2025, and then just did that for the 6 months in 2026. Claude did a much more thoughtful analysis. So it actually broke it out by line item. ChatGPT just gave it a blanket growth to everything regardless. ChatGPT or Claude actually thought about it. So for the labor, materials, and the variable costs, it did the year-over-year growth, but then took a different approach to the snow removal and winter revenue, which is what I wanted because you can't really rely on the same snow every year. So I wanted to see what it did with that. And I think that's interesting that Claude kind of took a more thoughtful approach there than just giving it the straight up growth rate. So that was interesting. And then one of the things that I really wanted to see if the models could pick up on, which Claude did, was the seasonality of the snow plowing is really unpredictable. So if you're trying to forecast and look forward, you really can't rely on if you had a big winter in 2025, that doesn't mean you're gonna have a big winter in 2026. So I think that Claude's forecast here tells a better story and a more accurate story. And I also like the formatting that Claude used. So for this one, I'm going to give Claude the advantage. I'll give this a 9 out of 10, and I'll give the ChatGPT projection a 7 out of 10. Okay, and then for the final test, I wanted to see how it could do with accounts receivable data. So we have an aging report, customer terms, invoice number, invoice date, the amount due, and how long it is outstanding, as well as the status. So I had both analyze my accounts receivable, which customers are chronically late, how much is the total past due, give me a prioritized collection list with specific recommendations and actions for each problem account. Okay, so ChatGPT, same deal. It didn't default to putting the analysis on a separate sheet, so I don't like that. I would have rather had an analysis tab, but it has a pretty simple collection analysis. So it has the total AR, which is hard coded. That's no bueno. And so it looks like it's actually all hard coded. So that's no good. And again, you can fix that with a prompt, just making sure not to use hard coded numbers in your prompt. But I'm just trying to see how this works out of the gate. Okay, so a couple bad things. We have hard coded numbers and we have the analysis on the same sheet. So let's see what Claude did. All right, so Claude on a separate tab, and boom, look at all that color. Okay, so let's see if this is actually substantial though. So let's zoom in. Okay, so same as ChatGPT, we have hard coded numbers, so no good there. I do think that the chart is a little unnecessary. It's kind of floating there, so not going to give that a better grade just because of that. Okay, and so both models found the chronically late payers, and it has pretty good action steps on what to do in order to get these companies to pay, and it ordered it in terms of a priority here. So that's really cool. So overall, I'm disappointed both use hard coded. I definitely like I like Claude's analysis here a little bit better. It's better formatted, and I like the action steps and recommendation better than ChatGPT. And so I really like the detailed game plan from Claude. I'll give Claude the winner of this round. So I'll give that an 8 out of 10, and I'll give ChatGPT a 7.5 out of 10. All right, so let's call the contest here and tally up the winners. So we have the overall winner by 1 point being Claude over Chat. And I think my biggest takeaway for both is that you just want to prompt as best as you can. So being specific in the prompt, saying that you don't want hard-coded numbers, you want everything to be a formula, and that you want all the analysis done on a separate tab versus cramming it all in on the data tab. That all could have been achievable with a prompt up front. So I don't think really there's like a huge difference between the two here. I don't think you can go wrong with using ChatGPT or Claude. I actually don't think there's any difference at all. So I think if you just use one or the other, just whatever you have an account with, I think is going to work fine. You're not really at this point missing anything out from one of the other tools. Either way, though, I do think it does save a lot of time working in Excel directly, especially when you compare that to the chat experience. So when you're in the chat experience, you do this analysis for me, but then you're really stuck. You have to either download the file. You can't really edit the file alongside ChatGPT or Claude, having that true like coworker experience. So that's pretty clunky going back and forth downloading. So I think this is a much better process here. That way you can have the file open, you can make changes, the model can make changes, and you can really save a lot of time doing this. So I think it's worthwhile testing either one of them out and seeing if it can help you on whatever you're working on. If you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.